Hi everybody. So I'm going to talk to you today following on with my videos around astrology, and I've been through all the different houses, and now I wanted to talk to you about the rulers of the different houses and also the types, the kinds of houses. So I've made notes because there's a lot to say. Right, so each of the houses, so we've got the 12 houses with all the different categories, for want of a better word. So things like yourself, your possessions, communication, home, creativity, service, partnership, regeneration, mental exploration, careers, hopes and dreams, and self-undoing. So we've got all these different categories. So depending on where planets are, affects, and which house it's in, affects all sorts of things about us. So I wanted to explain what the natural rulers are of each of those houses. So there's a natural ruler in house 1, in house 2, and so on. So for house 1, which is the house of self, the natural ruler of that house is Aries. So again, the influence of Aries in that house of self will, if that's where it falls within our birth chart, will have a particular influence. So the second is the possessions, and that's Taurus. So Taurus is the natural ruler of the second house. Gemini is the natural ruler of the third house. Cancer is the natural ruler of the fourth house, and that's the home. Leo is the natural ruler of the fifth house, which is creativity. Virgo is of the sixth house, which is of service. Libra is the seventh house, which is around partnerships. Scorpio is the eighth house, which is all about the regeneration. Sagittarius is the ninth house, which is the mental exploration. Capricorn is the 10th house, which is for career. Aquarius for the 11th house, which is all around hopes and dreams. And Pisces for the 12th house, which is around the self-undoing. So they all share qualities with the houses share qualities with those natural rulers. So I've done some little pictures in my notes. So basically the kinds of houses are split up into two categories. One of them is categorized into 3 groups and the other into 4 groups. So we've got, let me see the best way of explaining this. Okay, so we've got angular houses. We've got, I don't even know how to pronounce this, succedent, it's like success, but succedent houses, however you pronounce that, and cadent houses. Okay, so the angular houses, this marks the 4 angles of the chart. So this is going to be house number 1, the self, house number 4, house number 7, and house number 10. So planets that are in those houses will show that you'll achieve some kind of prominence in the world. So if you've got planets in those houses, that's going to show the prominence that you're going to have in the world. So we've got, as I said, the first house is of self and your personality. The fourth is about home and your latter part of your life. The 7th house is of fortune in your marriage and in partnerships. And the 10th will be of honour in the position of career. So that's the angular houses. Then we have got the succedent, or whatever they're called, houses. Someone who knows how to pronounce it is probably dying at how I'm saying it anyway. So these houses succeed or follow the angular houses. So they're going to follow 1, 4, 7 and 11. So we've got 2, 5, 8 and 11. Was the other one 10? Oh yeah, sorry, the other one was 10. So we got, let me show you my picture. There. So that's how it looks. So the planets in these houses, so 2, 5, 8 and 11, the planets in these houses are indicating that you're going to have stability and willpower and fixity of purpose. So the 2nd house is of finance, 5th house is of creativity, 8th house is of regeneration, and 11th house of hopes and dreams. Then the last group is called cadent houses, and these fall away from the angular or succedent houses. So basically these are 3, 6, 9 and 12. So the planets that are in those houses indicate that you're mentally active and communicate your ideas. So the 3rd house is of day-to-day communication, the 6th house is of employment, the 9th of mental exploration, and the 12th of subconscious. So as I've said before, it seems that everything seems to be broken down and categorized in different groups and things. So again, this is all about, we know when we've got our birth chart, which is split into 12, we've got all the star signs around the outside, we've also got all the houses, and then we've got the planets within that. So basically all they're doing really is categorizing the different houses and what they've got in common. And if you've got planets in, like I say, in houses 1, 4, 7 and 10, so whichever planets you've got, it's just telling you the influence that that's going to have on you and your life. And that seems to be the theme from what I'm reading, is this whole categorizing stuff. Just like earlier in my videos, I talked about things like when the month is split up into 3. Again, that's another grouping. Are you born in the first decantes, the second, or the third? Again, that gives more specific information about you as a person. Because you could have 2 people, well, obviously there's millions, but let's say 2 people that were born in the same month and they're both Tauruses, for example, but one was born in the beginning and one was born in the end. So there are going to be some slight differences between their characteristics and personality. And so that's kind of what I think they seem to be doing a lot, is this categorizing so that you can get even more specific info. So there we go. That is kinds of houses. And the next time I'm going to be talking about more kinds of houses. That's the other group of 4, which I spoke about. So this was the group of 3, which we've got the succedent houses, the cadent houses, and the angular houses. Next time I'm going to talk about the other grouping of 4 that they do, which is houses of life, houses of wealth, houses of relationships, and houses of endings. So again, they're just categorizing those 12 houses and saying these are the ones that are kind of connected to wealth, these are the ones that are kind of connected to life, and so on. So there we go.